Join our global community of travel lovers at zerototravel.com. Zero to Travel Audio Adventures presents Trekking Nepal. Episode 11, The High Pass. In this episode, bad weather in the mountains makes us question whether we continue onwards and hike over the high pass or turn around and walk back the same way we came up. Okay, we are in Sama. And today is the day we have to decide if we're going over the Larke Pass. And we've heard some stories. What are they? What's the word on the street, Samir?
I heard from my friend, it's not much snow from this side, and then up to the pass, it's not really hard work.
Yeah.
Other side of the pass is really steep down.
Yeah.
So there is not much sunshine there. Still there is lots of snow, and during the day it's melt a bit and then become ice, and that the part is pretty hard to walk down there. So I heard that.
Anne Dorthe, what have we decided? Because we talked about this a lot, because we've been walking towards this pass the pass isn't the point of the trip, but just to give everybody an idea, if we spend 2 or 3 more days walking and then we go over the pass, then it's just a couple days and we're back on the other side and we're done. So turning around and walking back now means 5 days, maybe 4.5, 5 days. And it's, I guess, almost the same amount of time from here, but we'll have to go then back to Kathmandu and then take a bus to Pokhara. So we had, all of our plans had been to finish this circuit, and also it's more interesting to keep going instead of having to go back from where you came. But
well, we have talked about that safety will come first, and we have heard some stories that people have been lost and also died in the last days. Yeah. So that's pretty scary, and we don't have the crampons and even though it's not like I really want to go back the same way, but it's that we just have to make it the same way as we've done it now, to an adventure and see the new places with new eyes again. Maybe stop at some other places that we have been, maybe. And we have great weather. It's sunshine, and the trip so far has been very, very good. So I think it's the right decision. We have met so many people going back, and it sounds like a lot of people are very unsure about doing the pass. So I think it's the right decision to actually go back.
Yeah, we've decided to go back.
Okay, yeah. I'm also thinking about the safety. It's I think it's a really good idea to go back, because I can see more than 90% of tourists that are going back, same way back. Yeah. So I saw many people going back this morning, also even big camping groups. So I met just one group, just a big one group. They are still thinking not
Is this
go
the
back.
French group? Or?
No, Canadian group.
That Canadian group.
Yeah, the Canadian group.
Oh, and they were older too.
Yeah.
They were not like super fit. They were 50 to 60 years old.
Yeah. So I hope didn't know how difficult that in the past, and then at the time they will realize, oh, it is really hard. Then
Yeah.
we should decide to go back, but it's too late.
It's
They-
yeah, 'cause
they'll
once
realize
you
that,
once
yeah.
you go, you kind of
Yeah,
you're committed.
yeah.
It's hard to
Yes.
turn around
Yeah.
and go back over the past, right?
Yes, yeah. Normally, most of the guide did really don't want to go back some way back.
Yeah.
Also, it's quite long day to get the Arugat, and then other side is just
Much better.
much better. I mean, not just after the pass we walk just one day, and then get the jeep, or
Yeah. Yeah, and like I guess Samir talked about it before, you know, you prefer to do the pass.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's saying a lot when your guide doesn't want to do it either.
we have to think about the condition
Yeah.
and then situations, how it's there. So, and then we have to decide according to that, because our life is life. So
Yeah.
we have lots of time to do
Do it again.
again. So maybe we can do again, or some different places.
Yeah.
So that is the good decision.
We all
Yeah.
want to come back
Yeah.
safe. And
Yeah.
what are Mingmar's thoughts on this?
tôi chỉ là cha bà ta nam đi kholi
Tôi nhớ bây giờ này,
khát lên
hả?
tôi
Tôi nhớ bây giờ nó nghe dẹp à không?
là
Nó sẽ đi ra được đấy.
yeah, he also same
He agrees?
yeah,
Yeah.
agrees.
Yeah. I mean, this is the reality of it. We can't do it. It's a weather thing. So if you go with a group, you know, we're lucky because we're a couple and we have
Yeah.
Samir and Mingmar here, so we're a small group. But you can see how a big group could pressure. You know, say
Yes,
some
yes.
people in the group want to go,
Yeah.
and you feel the pressure to go. This is the Himalayan mountains, and
Yeah.
this pass is just over 17,000 feet. This
Yeah.
isn't Disney World.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah.
people died 3 days ago. 2 Italians and,
Yeah.
and a guide and a porter, and that's very sad. And you've heard now the snow is up to like very high because of the storms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard it's very. You've been, so you can tell us. But I've heard it's very steep. And is it one of those situations where if you slip one time, you go down?
Yeah, it's really steep down. So it's if there is another something to stop, like rock or something, and then it's
You're just
gone,
gone.
rolling down.
Yeah. And we haven't even talked about avalanches. Is that another concern?
I heard there was a big avalanche all day. That big accident storm in few weeks ago.
Yeah.
At the time, it was really heavy snow, and then people, they cannot see even someone walking in front of them. It's in a second, it's nothing. And then there was such a bad windy that's surround like this, and then people cannot see, and then they fell down on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, my back is killing me today. I have some kind of tweak in my lower back, so even if the pass was clear, I would still be a little nervous, but I think I could still power through. But so we're all feeling really good about our decision, I think, right?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
I have a very good, lots of experience with big group and small group,
Yeah.
because if we are a small group, we can decide, make a decision whenever we want what to do, or go or not going there. It's very easy. We can decide very fast. But in the big group, someone wants to go there and someone stay same place, someone do something, and it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Also, they're not really happy with each other.
Yeah, there's a group dynamics.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with
Yeah.
different people. Yeah, it makes it challenging.
Yeah, I lead up to 10 people,
Yeah.
but I think 5-6 person is better than big group.
Yeah. 10's too many.
Yeah, 10's it's too many.
Well, cool. So we feel good. We want to be safe. We want to come back to Nepal someday, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We want these guys to be safe and get back to their families, and it's definitely the right thing to do. So, I mean, this is one of the perspectives. This is one of the things that can happen. You have to consider the weather and the fact that you might need to turn around and maybe plan accordingly with your flights, because we left another group here that their flight's leaving in a week. So now they're like, okay, well, we either have to start going back, or if we go over the pass, we kind of have to
Deal with it.
Yeah, and it puts them in a sticky situation. So better to have extra time to deal with the weather when you're planning these treks, because it takes time to plan in the beginning to find a good guide like Samir, and it takes time at the end. You might need to account for the weather or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can always go trekking again as long as you're alive, right?
So we got updates along the way that how the conditions were and if people had actually passed. So, we knew there was a possibility that it wasn't possible. And also because we met a lot of people going back down too. When we were getting closer, then we heard about people that had died, that they fell off the trail and slided down. So that was kind of scary. We didn't even have the right gear to do a difficult passing of it, because we didn't have crampons, we didn't have those things that shouldn't actually be necessary.
We didn't have crampons and an ice axes.
Yeah.
But that was because of the snowstorm.
Yeah. Because normally you would need that in normal conditions because of the blizzard, and it was a lot of snow there.
It's not anything to be disappointed about, because it's the mountains. You have to respect nature, and as much as we would have loved to gotten over the pass and continued the loop, it just wasn't meant to be because the conditions weren't safe, and it was disappointing. But also, how disappointing can you be if, your life's not worth anything? We
talked about it with Samir, and he was very aware of how he wanted to ask us about if we wanted to go over, and we were more about his opinion on it. But for him, it was very hard to take a decision on it, as we understood, because we are clients. We are the one that paid to get over. I think you have to be aware of it. It's still through a travel agency, and they have also the responsibility for the safety, but they also feel like they have a responsibility to give what the customers have paid for. So we took the decision with our guide to not go over, and when we talked to Samir after we've taken the decision, we asked him, do you mean that this is the right thing to do? And it felt he was more open about it, and he said yeah, I personally, he wouldn't recommend us to go over.
Yeah, even though we stressed it many times, it's still, you're right, there was that moment where we had to kind of take the final decision on it. I think that's in the Western world is more like the guide are taking that in a more we cannot go over because of safety. But this is more well, you've paid for this, so it's kind of up to you. Which can be something to think about for both ways. You have to kind of know a little bit about that. They of course, they want to give you what you have paid for, but you also have to think about the safety for yourself and for them. They are also going over there. They have families.
So yeah, I think it's hard for them. I know that they feel they have a responsibility, but that's both for safety and for what we have paid for.
Before we left the office, I asked them specifically, I said, hey, the weather hasn't been so great up there. Are you sure we don't need crampons
and ropes and
or any of this stuff to get over? No, you'll be fine. No, you'll be fine. In hindsight, I think they just weren't thinking about it that much, or they just didn't really care that much, just kind of moving us along. Not that Samir didn't care. It had nothing to do with him. So it was unfortunate that we didn't have these things, because I had a sense going into it, I was even wondering, why don't we have this stuff? Because I think to go over a high Himalayan pass after a snowstorm, this is something we need. We had the right gear, and Samir felt that we could get over no problem because we had the right equipment, and mostly the crampons is the main thing, and the ice axe, because the way it was dangerous because you could go sliding off the mountain, basically, and that's not something we wanted to have happen. So what have we decided to do today?
So we have a plan that we walk around the valley. We go to Birendra Lake, which is very nice. Not very big, but it's very beautiful. Hopefully we can see the reflections of Manaslu in that lake.
Oh, that would be nice.
And then on the corner of the lake, there is a big glacier, so we can see. And then, then we will come back at the hotel, and then I think we'll have lunch.
Yeah.
And then walk down a bit.
Pick up our stuff and go to the next
place.
Just the next village down, very close. We're going to enjoy what we call the high Himalayas, the high altitude area with all the views, and I'm looking forward to having an easy day. You?
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. My nose and head are pretty stuffed. So that's good.
It's for everyone. It's good. Common cold and running nose is normal. It's for everyone. Even I'm here after 6 months. For me, it's
you get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
We're at the Yeti Hotel Yeti in Shayala, which is this cool small village that we passed through on the way here. And we're staying here tonight. It was only an hour from where we were. And we did get up to the lake that we talked about earlier.
Glacier lake.
Beautiful, yes. A beautiful blue-green glacial lake set right against the mountain. And you could see the trail that headed up to Manaslu base camp on top of the glacier there. It was just a beautiful setting. We ate at the place we stayed at last night in that village, and we learned that the cook there had been a very experienced cook, and he's been cooking in the Annapurna base camp for 15 years. So he made some bomb veggie macaroni for us, and we did try a bite of some British people's Snickers spring roll, which is a fried Snickers bar. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we came back down here. We got here in the afternoon. Very cold. I got a hot shower. Samir, our guide, fixed his kerosene gas heater. And after about an hour, I stepped in, and it was glorious. Just when I thought I'd never be clean again. Got a nice hot shower. I had my Mariah Carey moment where, that's what I'm calling it, where I went a little diva after... I didn't go diva, really. I stayed calm, but I was a little...
You were a little diva.
I was. What do you mean?
You were diva.
Was I?
Yeah.
I was a little frustrated that... Well, I got into a shower yesterday, got totally naked, and the water didn't work. Yeah. I went into a shower today, and it wasn't working.
Ooh,
so
boo-hoo.
I know. That's why I said I had a Mariah Carey moment. But it didn't last very long. But it's funny how our Western minds think. As we were just talking about all of the things we would do when we get back to civilization, like getting popcorn and watching a movie and laying on a couch and all this stuff. But But it's natural to talk about those things, I think. We're really enjoying this trek. It's just cold up here, but the views are unbelievable. And we're in the common room, and it's really a pretty newish place. So the common room's really just 4 rooms that he hasn't built out yet, 4 hotel rooms. But we've got blankets all over us. We're wearing all of our clothes and just looking out the windows at the mountains, playing some games. Just relaxing, right? Having some ginger, honey, lemon tea.
Yeah.
Totally feel clean. It's great. Feels great. Having a great time. My back is still killing me. And AD, you've had a stuffy nose for a few days now.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of it. Hope it gets better the further we get down.
Yeah. But are you having a good time?
Yeah, I do. It's fun. I'm tired though. But we're having dalbat tonight, and after that I think I will crawl into my sleeping bag.
Yeah, it's the evening,
and tomorrow we will get up to see the sunrise over the mountains, which I think will be very epic.
We got 2 more days really of big mountain views before we head back into the sort of the canyon area and less lower altitude stuff, which is beautiful. But I will miss these higher altitude Tibetan Buddhist villages.
Yeah, it's nice. Even if it's cold, it has amazing view, and you don't have to think about bugs and mouses running around your feet, and those things are very nice up here.
And it's nice because we're going to be staying in some different villages we haven't stayed in on our way back down. Yeah. We talked about it a little earlier. One interesting thing we learned is this area is known for this particular season in March, April. There's a certain special insect that lives here.
Yeah, in a mushroom.
And people in the village they all leave their homes and they take tents and they go out into the wilderness and they hunt for these insects that they sell to China, and they're very valuable.
They hunt the mushroom, baby.
They hunt the mushroom, but the
thing they are hunting is called Yarsa gumba, also known as Himalayan Viagra, for its supposedly aphrodisiac qualities. It's a unique caterpillar fungus fusion that occurs when parasitic mushroom spores infect and mummify a ghost moth larva that is living in the soil. The little mushroom then grows out of the dead caterpillar's head. This mushroom is the world's most expensive biological resource and has been used in traditional Chinese medicine for 2,000 years.
The mushrooms and the insects, and it's special to this area, and I guess Annapurna. Special to Nepal, the insects are.
It's an altitude thing, you have to be over 3,000 meters?
Somewhere around there, 3,000 or 4,000 meters. And a kilogram of it, dried and sold to China, is worth 1 million rupees.
That's 100,000 US dollars.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And
so that's why he thinks that this lodge is pretty nice and big, because he thinks the owner probably are hunting mushrooms in the season.
And very successfully.
Yeah.
Just a few notes on Shayala, where we're staying at the Hotel Yeti. It's a little hidden gem, I think. This village is small, and there's no trekkers here. There's only one other group. It's totally quiet. There's no other trekkers here. I feel like this is an up-and-coming place that's not really... It's a lot of people pass through going either way, but not a lot of people stay here. So it's just super quiet, and it's got the best views. There's mountains all around us, and the stars are out, and there's a half moon. Yeah, it's just really, really, really special. I would recommend, if anybody's coming and doing the Manaslu Trail, to stay here at the Hotel Yeti, which they're still building, I think. But here in Shayala, it's just really, really, really nice. And since so many people are passing it by, there's just no trekking hubbub. It's just quiet. And Anne Dorthe and I had a dinner to ourselves before the French group came in. It's perfect. So anyway, we're out of toilet paper, and that's the problem.
Trekking Nepal, coming up in episode 12.
that's the first decision people make if they're planning far ahead is when should I come to Nepal to go trekking.
April is same like October. It's really busy.
It's busy.
Yeah.
There are no ATMs on the trek, so you have to take all of the cash you need. This audio adventure series has been brought to you by ZeroToTravel.com. Ideas and advice to help make any of your travel dreams a reality. Join our global community of travel lovers at ZeroToTravel.com. Hey, it's Jason here, and if you love trekking, I invite you to stop by ZeroToTravel.com/trekking to join our global community of hikers and discover the ultimate resource on trekking worldwide. That's ZeroToTravel.com/trekking.